Okay, now we're looking at measuring and classifying, and we're talking about the protractor postulate. This is a protractor, and we can measure our angles using it. And if we look at angle AOB, we would also call it the measure of angle AOB. That's our symbol. So M measure angle AOB, and we actually find the degrees for it. So I can read the 0 here and then go all the way to 140. Or I could read it the other way. I noticed that this is 40 degrees and then to 180, and I can subtract. So 180 minus 40 also gives me 140. So you can read it in either direction for the protractors. And we can classify this as an obtuse angle. Next, we're going to look at the angle addition postulate. So the angle addition postulate states that if we have a point B in the interior, of our angle AOC, then the measure of angle AOB plus the measure of angle BOC is equal to the measure of angle AOC. So now we're going to actually look at what that means. So let's say I have an angle here. So angle AOC. So if point B is in the interior, so it's somewhere in the middle, so I'm going to put, that's going to be point B. It's in the interior. Then I know that angle AOB, so if I look AOB part plus BOC, the other part, should equal the whole big angle AOC. So it's like the part plus part is equal to the whole, just like with our segment addition. So part of our big angle plus the other part of our big angle, those two should make up the whole of our angle. So we're going to use the angle addition postulate to answer these two questions. So if I'm given the measure of LKN, right, big angle is 145. I need to find the measure of LKM, little angle, and MKN. What I know is those two angles are the parts of my whole. So the measure of angle LKM, the part, plus the measure of angle MKN is equal to the whole, the big angle, measure of angle LKN. So I'm going to fill in all the stuff that I know, because if I look, they gave me information about LKM, MKN, and the big angle LKN. So I'm going to plug in the fact that this is actually 2x plus 10 plus MKN, which is actually 4x minus 3. Those two together should give me the big angle, and that big angle is 145. So then do a little adding. I combine my like terms, 2x and 4x gives me 6x, 10 and negative 3, 145, and 6x, I'm subtracting 7, and I get 138. I'm going to divide both sides by 6 and get 23. Now, we found x, but the original question asked, find the measure of LKM and the measure of MKN. So that means I plug in x to find both. So the measure of LKM is going to be 2 times x plus 10. And so I'm going to get 46 plus 10, 56 degrees. And I actually want to do a bit of a shortcut because of these two angles, LKM and MKN, add up to 145. I can just do 145 minus 56. And now the measure of MKN is going to be 89 degrees. There we go. So we've got those two pieces. Now we're just going to get this next example. Same idea. We are using our angle addition postulate, which basically tells me part plus part will equal the whole. And we're given that angle KLM. So KLM is a straight angle. That means 180 degrees. Find the measure of KLN and NLM. So these two. So if it's a straight angle, it's the part plus the part should equal the whole, which is a straight angle. It's 180 degrees. I'm going to separate these. And then we combine like terms. 180. And I've got 14x. I add 2 to both sides. And I divide. And I get x is 13. Now, we always want to plug it back in, right? So that we can actually find the measures of our angles. I'm going to keep separating this. And the measure of angle KLN equals, and I plug in 13 for x, so it's 10 times 13 minus 5, 130 minus 5, it's 125. And then the measure, if we don't want to plug it back in and we just want to make sure we did it right, we can do NLM and plug in 13 again. So 52 plus 3. And if I add those up, they add up to 180.